Have you ever wanted to know what Mary had to endure as the Mother of God? If so, this is the book you must read, El Silencio de María. They have it in English as well. I'm going to leave the link in the description below. The Silence of Mary by Ignacio Larrañaga. I might be saying it wrong. Larrañaga. I highly recommend all Catholics to read this book if they want to deepen their relationship with their Holy Mother. Like I said, link in the description below. This book is divided in 3 different parts. The first one, Pilgrimage. The author shows us that God is not somebody who could be manipulated. He's not somebody that you can say, oh, come today or go or leave tomorrow. No, we must have true faith in the one who died for us. And true faith is what the author tells us. Faith is always getting up and always leaving to seek someone whose hand we will never shake. And the second act of faith consists of accepting with peace that leaving frustration. We will never shake the hand of God on this earth, and we have to accept that reality. But one who has true faith, even knowing this, follows God trusting in Him. Faith consists of being happy, falling, crying, getting up, and fighting, and always walking towards God. That's what faith is. But unfortunately, we are a society that we want to know and understand everything. And this is our curse and our blessing. Knowing God is something we can never do, but wanting to know Him benefits us. In this world, all of us, whether we like it or not, we're all going to go through moments of adversity, sadness, and loneliness. And in those moments, a lot of us, we don't understand why God permits or allows those things to happen to us. And just like us, we go through all of that. Mary also went through all those moments of confusion. Like when Elizabeth, her cousin, received her with that greeting. When the Magi brought her gifts. When Simon prophesied that she was going to be pierced by a sword. And when they found the child Jesus after 3 days. And Jesus told her after being reproached by her mother, don't you know, mother, that I have to do the will of my Father? And in all of those moments, what did Mary do? She stayed silent. Let us remember that Mary was human. She was a human being. She was no God. She was no magical being. She was a human, a holy human, but she was not God. And she, being human, means that she went through everything we go through. All the adversities, the loneliness, the doubts, all the negative. But in all those adversities that she went through, what did she always do? She remained silent. She didn't complain like most of us do. She didn't got mad at God like most of us do. No, she remained silent. And she always said the same words she said to the angel. Let it be done to me according to His will. Let me say that one more time. Let it be done to me according to His will. If our Holy Mother will be here with us, she will tell us this. My children, I am the way. Follow me. Do what I did. Walk the same path of faith that I walk, and you will belong to the people of the Beatitudes. Blessed are those who, in the darkness of the night, believe in the brightness of the light. When Mary was visited by Gabriel, the angel, archangel, she was 13 years old according to theologians. And being that young, she showed the love she had for God, the immense love she had for Him. With her response, when the angel told her that she was going to be the mother of the Messiah, just like the author, I wonder how a little girl remained so serene and didn't run away. The angel asked her a question, and she had to answer either yes or no right then. She could not say, you know what, angel? Let me think about it. Give me 10 minutes. Give me 1 day. No, she had to answer right then. And she knew that if she answered yes, she was going to go through a lot of difficulties. She knew that Joseph could leave her. and she could also get stoned. Because in Mary's time, if a woman, even being betrothed to her partner, lost her virginity, they would kill her by stoning her. And Mary, 13 years old, knowing this, she still went ahead and said, "Let it be done." Wow. The second part of this book is silence. The author tells us God is silent. He is quiet. In difficult moments, He is quiet. Someone dear to you dies. He is quiet. You lose everything. He is quiet. God hides His face, and in those moments, the devil tempts us by saying, "Where is your God?" After Mary said, "Let it be done," God remained silent. For example, when Mary left Nazareth to Bethlehem, and without time to say goodbye to her friends or get some things for the trip, she had to leave like this. The walk was about 93 miles from Nazareth to Bethlehem. 93. That's like almost 4 marathons or more. Arriving to Bethlehem, too many people don't think about this. But arriving to Bethlehem, most likely she went into the house of the people she knew, friends, acquaintances, and she asked for them to stay there and have her baby there. But what happened? All of them say no. They were like, "No, you can't stay here today. No, you cannot stay here. No, 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 no." And as a last option, last resort, what did she do? She went with the animals and the manor. God the Father, what does He do during the 30 years of Jesus? He remained silent. And Mary remained silent, never complaining. She never complained, "God, why are you being silent now?" Never. Because she knew that she was a servant. And as a servant, she has no right to complain. A servant only works and follows the will of the Lord, of their King. And that's what Mary did. She knew she was a servant. And I know a servant sounds a bit harsh, but we are all servants. And Mary knew that. And she followed the will of the Father, never complaining, because servants don't have the right to complain. She remained silent, doing what she had to do, and she kept working. And just like her, we have to imitate her. We, just like Mary, we are servants. We don't have the right to complain. We don't have the right to say, "You know what, God? Why are you sending this to me? You know what? Give me a break." No, we're servants. We only do what the God, the Father wants, and that's it. The author tells us it always happens the same. The more intense the sunlight, the deeper the shadows, the more clamorous the manifestation of God, the heavier His subsequent silence. Think about the saints. They all carry a bigger cross than us. They suffer more than us. Why is that? Because just like the author is saying, the brighter the sunlight, the closer you are to God, the more you're going to suffer. And who was the closest of all of us? Mary. And because she was the closest than all of us, she suffered more than all of us. Mary reached her greatest perfection beneath the cross. A faith that said to God the Father, "Dear Father, I hardly understand anything in the midst of this general confusion. I only understand that if you had not wanted it, this would never have happened. Let your will be done, my Father. I place my dear son in your arms." Sadly, too many people don't quite understand this. God, the Father, He gives us everything. And because He gives us everything, we have no right to complain, no right to demand answers. No. Just like He gives everything, He could take everything away from us. Because it's His. The most difficult thing is to have patience with our God and not to complain. Accepting everything, the good and the bad, and saying, just like Mary said, "Let it be done." Third part, the mother. We all know that the love of a mother is like no other. And as the author explains, a mother, she suffers and is silent. She cries in secret. At night, she watches. During the day, she works. She is a candlestick. The children are the light. She gives life like the earth, silently. And Mary's love was this and much more. And for the first time, something extraordinary was seen. The creature depending on the Creator, and the Creator depending on the creature. God from Mary and Mary from God. Matthew, at the beginning of his gospel, starts with a list of generations. And Mary is there. And after her is Jesus. Because Jesus can appear without Mary. Similarly, Mary is the pathway to Jesus. John was the only apostle who was an eyewitness. And in his gospel, he shows chapters that had a messianic meaning during Jesus' death. He talks about the sorting of the tunic, Jesus asking for something to drink, thrown by the soldier, and also includes the episode of Mary and him, which indicates that episode had a meaning more than just taking care of Mary. Jesus in his last breath chose his last words very well, and how strange that he made an effort to tell Mary to take care of John, if it was merely taking care of someone. This demonstrates that what Jesus said had a deeper meaning. After Jesus said this, the evangelist writes, knowing Jesus that all was fulfilled, and then he died. Why does Jesus say this after handing Mary to John and John to Mary? Because it had a much deeper meaning. Jesus gave us all to his mother and the mother to us. The author tells us it was his last will, his dearest gift, the best at the end. In conclusion, let us imitate this beloved mother, who is like a transparent glass in the wall. Someone can see from the inside the beauty of the world thanks to the glass. Without the glass there, it will be just a wall. But nobody ever sees the importance of the glass. And that's how Mary is, silent and always in silence. The author tells us that exactly was Mary. She was a woman so poor and so clean like glass, so selfless and so humble, that she made us present. She made the total mystery of God and his salvation transparent to us. And she remained silent. Hardly anyone noticed her presence in the Bible. Let us therefore always ask this silent mother to guide us along the pathway we must take to reach her son, Jesus. And so we could too give our let it be done just like she did. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this video, this recap of this incredible book. I recommend for you to read it. Link in the description below. Thank you once again. Please pray for me and I'll keep praying for you. God bless you.